Okay, that works.
I swear I could have seen your body trembling.
Oh, bye Annie, thanks for hanging out with us.
Maybe we're right back.
Okay, so I'm gonna read The Mermaid and the Centaur. So okay. Oh wait, let me move the window so I can see my stream. Okay, The Mermaid and the Centaur. Story time with Circe. It was a warm and sunny afternoon when Shira was happily splashing her tail in the ocean waters with her best friends, Aisha and Cassia. For hours, they would play their favorite game, where the mermaid leaping the highest over the other would become Sea Princess of the day. Giggling and laughing so hard that her tummy hurt, Shira decided to let Aisha win today, as she always felt that it was more fun to see her friends win. Shira's smile was wider than the horizon in the sky, and her heart was bigger than the towering mountains above which seemed to touch the very sky. Her eyes were brighter than the bluest of waters she knew as her home. Her golden hair cascaded like a fresh waterfall down her back to her waist. From here on, Shira had the slender tail of a fish which helped her swim faster and jump higher than any other human fish in the sea. Her voice sang enchanting melodies that blew with the gentle sea breezes and stormy winds for miles and miles to lands far away. When Shira was sad, she sang and hoped a special someone would hear her song. There was someone she missed more than anything. Shannon, the love of her many lives. Oh, how she wondered where and who he was this time. Shira first met Shannon many years ago, when the heavens burst and created the stars and planets of our universe. Shira and Shannon shone side by side, brighter than the two stars of Gemini, lighting up the night sky with the brightness of the moon. Long ago, Sol and Luna were taking turns watching over the stars and decided to entertain themselves by playing a game of dice. Proud Sol said, "Let us make the game more fun by placing a little bet." Luna enthusiastically asked, "Yes, what shall we bet?" Sol replied, "Every 100 Earth years, whoever wins shall be given one brief moment, the power of all the planets above, to grant a wish to any stars that the winner chooses." Luna liked the idea, and it was not very long before she won this game of dice. Luna immediately knew who the lucky star children would be, the two brightest in the heavens, Shira and Shannon. Chosen for their pure hearts and love for each other, sentimental Luna could not help but feel somewhat sad for them. On the night of an eclipse, when Luna was at her most powerful, she appeared to Shira and Shannon and asked, "Make a wish, children of the night sky, for I will make it come true." "Oh, Luna, we want to be closer to each other than stars in the sky," cried Shira and Shannon. Luna began speaking the words of power, and when the eclipse passed, Shira and Shannon were reborn as two red roses, the most beautiful of flowers. In a spectacular floral garden, they lived side by side once again, but this time able to enjoy each other's company and sweet fragrance. 100 years passed, and on this starry night, it was Luna's turn again to grant Shira and Shannon yet another wish. With the help of Sol, Luna magically transformed herself into a butterfly of the brightest and prettiest of colors. She flew to the rose bush, home of Shira and Shannon, and spoke, "My old friends, there is nothing more I would like to do than to grant another wish for the two of you." The two red roses pleaded, "Oh, if only you will. What we want most is to be closer still." The butterfly smiled, winked an eye at them, and gracefully flew and disappeared into the baby blue sky. Then, out of a giant cloud flew two lovely white-winged doves. Shira and Shannon were together again, but this time traveling through the sky as symbols of universal peace. Meanwhile, Shira and Shannon's hearts were content, but something they felt was still missing. Luna sensed the sadness and could not wait to be able to grant them another wish. The time eventually came, and Luna transformed herself into a magnificent palm tree and planted herself near the old rose garden home of Shira and Shannon. One very hot summer day, the doves flew to this special palm tree to find a little bit of shade. Suddenly, the palm tree spoke. "Again, 100 years have come and gone. Tell me, what is it that you wish upon?" Shira and Shannon cried out, "By all your powers from above, what we have together is true love. If only we could now hold hands and walk side by side through distant lands. Luna wanted to add some excitement and replied, "This will be done, but let's make it more fun. To make your wish come true for you, there is one thing you both must agree to do." "What is it?" asked the doves. "You must wait longer if this is your will, but only to be reborn, closer still. 1,000 nights spent apart will bring more strength to each other's heart," said Luna. Shira and Shannon answered, "Yes, to be closer than ever before is surely worth waiting for." Content with this reply, Luna vanished into the rich earth, and so they waited. 200 years passed, and Shira's seamates knew she was sad, as she often thought of Shannon, hoping the day would soon come when they would be together again. Shira felt a little bit tired today, and gracefully swam to the sandy shore for a little afternoon nap. As she fell asleep under the warmth of the sun, she dreamt of Shannon. In her dream, a seahorse spoke. "The one you wait for is nearby. This, I promise you, is no lie." Shannon had been roaming the lands all this time, searching for his beloved Shira. He looked for her in all forms of life on Earth, but today, he too grew most tired and discouraged. As he lay down to rest, he quickly fell asleep. In his dream, a seahorse also appeared and said, "Wait no more for her, my friend. This is the beginning and not the end." Shannon instantly awoke, determined now, more than ever, to keep looking even harder for Shira. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bushes, Shira was awakened by the sounds of distant galloping. "Am I still dreaming?" she asked herself. Her eyes opened wide when she saw the handsome centaur, who had stopped to drink some water from a nearby pond. Shira's heart began to pound so loud that she could hear it. She immediately recognized Shannon's soul. Feeling her presence, Shannon looked up, only to find himself gazing into Shira's crystal blue eyes, and said, "I knew you were near because your song led me here." Shira replied, "I sang to you from my heart each day that we have been apart." From the distant waters you could hear Aisha and Cassia singing and rejoicing at the sight of them holding hands for the very first time. Then suddenly, from the bushes appeared a unicorn of a lavender color, who galloped proudly up to Shira and Shannon. Like a warm spring shower, a golden ray of light shone from its horn, bathing Shira from head to tail and Shannon from head to hooves. The unicorn's work was done as she galloped away into the bushes where she came from. Shira and Shannon looked at each other and saw that she was no longer a mermaid and he was no longer a centaur. Now they were people, just like you and me. As they gazed down and started jumping and skipping about, getting used to their brand new legs and feet, they suddenly realized that the magical unicorn had been their old friend, Luna, who had made true the best wish of all. Together, Shira and Shannon continued to live happily as children of the moon, king and queen of the kingdom of Lunaria, named in honor of their old friend, Luna. The end. I actually read that pretty normally. What's up?
It's the one I was reading when you went to the bait call.
Oh, really? Interesting. But that was the story. It was called The Mermaid and the Centaur. It's a sweet love story. I had never heard of this before, actually. Hey, Dr. Reedy, what is this? Bedtime story with Circe. Because people want me to read bedtime stories. So that's what we did. Oh, thanks for the hug, Luna. Welcome back. Hey, Lucy. How are you doing? I was not reading chat, by the way, when I was doing this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It was a really cute story. Super, super cute.